Episode 4, Deep Web.
Looks like we're about 10 minutes early. We have enough time for another cup of coffee.
Yeah, I'll get it. Anybody else care for a refill?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Same here.
Okay, so I brought that article about the Russians leaving the International Space Station. We'll confront Starwater about it when he arrives.
Here you go.
I want to see how he explains why we knew it beforehand.
Or his computer. Did you read everything in this file? It's a dossier on the global elite. Bioengineering plans, depopulation centers, corporate CIA, NSA deals, trade union structures, detention facility plans. This stuff confirms just about everything I've heard about.
Yeah, same here. It all checks out in the legal sense. Everything in that file has been codified into law, that's for sure. You know what, Mike? Maybe I will take that cup of coffee.
All right.
But why, I wonder? Why structure a collapse?
Well, because to them, it's a rebirth. Here you go.
Great.
Say, have you heard about Godwin's rule?
Sure, Godwin's rule of Nazi analogies. The assumption that the first person to reference Nazis in an argument loses the debate.
Yeah, Godwin's rule falls under denial psychology. It's a defense mechanism characterized by the refusal to acknowledge painful realities.
Yeah, progressives use it all the time. Even today with NDAA and NSA spying. Mike Godwin gave them something to hang their hats on.
Yeah, it just sounds like he was tired of losing his arguments.
Yeah. You know, the whole thing is, decades were spent trying to find Hitler's written order to exterminate the Jews, and they never could find it. Germany murdered over 6 million Jews because people like Godwin refused to believe Hitler could do that.
So then what you're getting at is the Nazis used something similar to Godwin's rule to zombify an entire nation?
Exactly. And now they want everyone to dismiss the obvious parallels.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I can see that. See, codified laws only provide one thing, and that's structure. It takes orders to implement them. Shroud the orders in a blanket of secrecy without a paper trail, and you have yourself a perfect system of tyranny, folks.
That would explain why there aren't any White House fingerprints on the Benghazi massacre.
Good to see all of you this morning early. Let's get started.
Great then. We can begin with this here.
Russia aims to exit International Space Station project in 2020.
That was in the Dream Implant you gave us. There were no Russians on board the I.S.S. Care to explain what's going on?
I told you. The Dream Implant was based on artificial intelligence computer modeling.
So, your computer is predicting the future.
The technology is, yes, with 93.4%.
0.4% accuracy. We've heard you say that before.
Perhaps you will think differently about the dream. For now, this is my first installment on our agreement. I see you have reviewed the DeepWeb file. That information is a wake-up call to your new reality. You must know this before knowing anything else. Everything you think you know is a manipulation. It doesn't exist outside of your individual realities. Information is controlled by the secret elite. Some refer to these people as the Illuminati or by other names. Yet, the name is not important. What is important is their structure. Once you understand that, you can work toward defeating it. Kudor, brief them on Deep Web.
Cyberspace is where truth is clouded by disinformation. Everything on surface web is disinformation, representing millions of perspectives, none of which mirror the deeper reality. Surface web is full of individual truths, falsehoods, opinions, and perceptions. Millions of terabytes exuding structured social division, a wonderful tool of tyranny. Deep web is the exact opposite. It lies beneath surface web, 8 petabytes expanding toward infinity, the Big Bang of cyberspace, a universal ocean full of dark truths and data withheld from the public. The reason the World Wide Web was developed was to initiate a global takeover from within DeepNet. It contains the New World Order playbook, providing instant global access, instructions how to topple governments, destroy currencies, merge global markets, structure depopulation, and much more. All are examples of what artificial intelligence modeling uses to predict mankind's future. Look on screen. This is how creationists view the world we live in. A planet orbiting our sun by grand design, full of life with definitive purpose. This is how globalists view the world we live in. A pyramid controlled by man. Base levels represent serf humanity working to achieve a common goal. The top level is where the elite rule. The four sides represent the four domains of man: dominance over all life, dominance over the elements, dominance over the forces of nature, and dominance over destiny.
Wow, the world is a spinning pyramid controlled by man. These guys are insane.
Yes, they envision a place where man becomes his own god with ultimate power over all domains.
Thank you, Kudor. There is a section in the folder concerning the cultivation of surface informants. Memorize that section well. When it comes to memory, everyone forgets things. If anyone on the team needs help recalling information, we can improve your neural pathways within the hippocampus and cortex. It isn't that complicated of a procedure, really. It has been said that everyone has a photographic memory, yet very few people have the film. The procedure simply provides the cortex with that film.
No thanks, absolutely not. You can keep your biological enhancements. Just leave us the way we are.
I second that. Our ethical line isn't for you to cross.
As you wish. Now, I'll leave you with a test of logic. On 22 September 2011, the EPA testified before a congressional subcommittee that particulate matter is killing millions of people every year, prematurely. At the same time, the EPA was testing people at the University of North Carolina School of Medicine, refusing to disclose premature death risk by exposing them to very high levels of particulate matter, testing over 500 people in 17 studies over the past decade. Now, both of these stories were made public. Of the two, which one is the information floater from DeepWeb? When you think you know the answer, Kudor and I will be in my office.
And it has to be an EPA study on human test subjects.
Yes, I would agree.
I don't know, that seems too obvious. He wouldn't make it that easy.
Well, which is it then?
The study couldn't remain hidden. Test subjects could talk, and so could nursing staff. I'm sure many people were aware of it. They just didn't know the true nature of it.
They were lied to. All of them were lied to. But that in of itself couldn't hide the testing.
True. But how could it be their congressional testimony? The EPA wouldn't rat on itself.
He wants us to think like them.
Suppose the EPA knew particulates were killing people prematurely. How would they know that?
Through human testing.
Right. The illusionist mentioned the Belmont report. Can you elaborate on that report?
Well, yeah, that was in response to the Tuskegee syphilis experiments. Those ended in 1972. What the Belmont report did was identify three main ethical standards: to disclose everything to patients, to do no harm to those patients, and to be judicious. And that has served as moral framework for human testing regulations ever since.
Okay, yeah, so by not disclosing everything, they left themselves open to plausible deniability. Claiming ignorance, well, we see this all the time in legal cases, and it's a smart way to go.
Until human test results prove otherwise.
Right, at which point all they need to do was say something like short-term exposure poses no clear risk, and without studies stating otherwise, they definitely haven't broken any laws.
From a DeepWeb perspective, where all this hidden truth is supposed to be, the information floater isn't any one of them. They are both false choices. The study is shrouded in lies, and the testimony is a deception based on those lies to push a different agenda.
Yeah, like pushing for global carbon taxes. Both stories used in different ways in order to manufacture false realities. I think I'm seeing that now.
Yeah, let's go see if we're right.
Well, that about sums it up. Are we right?
I am pleased. It is time for you to meet DeepWeb.
Nice office.
I must warn you, you will not like what you see. DeepWeb is unregulated and lawless, where it could exist beneath the surface. The deeper it goes, the more evil it becomes. Sanctioned evil beyond imagination.
Can we control what it does?
Access requires Snap's master navigation far above your clearance level. But let me see what we can do. Come. we will access the neural interface through the hologram room. Kudor, activate neural interface without SnapsMaster navigation. This will give you a taste of what is down there. Hold on to the rail, you will lose orientation. Your neurons act as bow planes to reach the appropriate search depth. The computer will average our neuron output and place us at the same level. Just follow my instructions when we get there. Think of any religion. Now think about science. Now think about outer space. Now for something deeper. Think about the Catholic priest scandal.
That's enough. Get us out of here now.
I warned you.
No, it wasn't that. It was much worse. It was like a place without a soul. I could sense it. God, I don't have any words for it. What was I feeling down there?
A cold place where the elite operates without law, sanctioned human trafficking, drug sales, manufactured plagues, state-sponsored genocide, assassinations, legalized gun running, murder for hire, institutionalized evil. The list goes on. Every evil you can think of exists deep beneath the surface.
And the SnapsMaster, what does it do?
It is a DeepWeb neural interface that allows access to files beyond the imagery created by your mind.
So why not use that to expose the lies? I mean, couldn't we bring down evil governments and change things for the better if we did?
It isn't that easy. The deeper one goes into the abyss, the more difficult it becomes to navigate. There are dark voids where even SnapsMasters cannot go. Truth floating to the surface perishes in a sea of too much information. The Catholic priest scandal was one such floater that never gained traction beyond a few court cases.
I want to see SnapsMaster.
You don't have clearance.
No, but you do. Let us see what it can do. You can't leave us hanging without knowing what it does.
Kudor, activate DeepWeb interface with full navigation. This is SnapsMaster, one of millions operating within DeepWeb. It is a digitized entity working exclusively for us, and is how we uncovered the plot to destroy history. The reason we reached out to all of you. SnapsMaster is a good entity. There are evil ones. DeepWeb is their battle space.
Hello, Dr. Starwater. How may I be of assistance?
Access the image I am thinking of.
Arseniy Yatsenyuk, Interim Prime Minister of Ukraine. Born 22nd May 1974. He belongs to the unelected leadership that ousted Ukraine's elected leaders during the 2014 revolution. PhD is in economics. He was the former head of the Central Bank of Ukraine, where he adopted EU standards governing central banking operations.
Transition to neural sub-image.
Meeting occurred in 2010 after the election of rival Viktor Yanukovych to the office of president. At this meeting, plans were developed to bring Ukraine into the European Union. The United States State Department began funding opposition groups to oust the elected government. The Ukraine National Bank adopted EU banking standards in preparation for transition into the EU.
Yes, all in an orchestrated effort to isolate Russia economically and to collectivize another nation. Take us to Battle Zone Area 7.
Imagery appearing on screen.
Explain.
This is where the information war is fought. The core represents pure truth, a single reality. Fuliginous masks provide cover for all that is evil. Illuminous masks engage fuliginous in battle within the space surrounding the core to remove elements of pure truth.
Whoa. Is this how it really appears to you?
It cannot respond to your voice pattern. Your question is an observant one. These images are a visual representation of how we imagine it to be. Snapsmaster views it differently, as bits of data, trillions of codes in a network of programs.
All of this so we can think like a globalist.
To see what they see.
To access their plans.
Gudor, disable DeepWeb neural sequencing. This is enough for today. We will meet in the briefing room at 5 a.m. for your next mission.
Any hints where we're headed?
My secrets do me a great service.
Come on, Extractor. We don't need to know ahead of time. One less thing to worry about.
Well, it was worth a try. Say, how about the four of us go to the cantina? I sure could use something to eat.
Only if you're buying.
Hey, I second that.
Yeah, right. I'll buy you a pack of gums, everyone. How does that sound?
All right.
Okay.
You have information for the members?
Yes, I authorized a security protocol breach of DeepWeb neural access. The team required more than I anticipated.
Security remains intact?
Yes, a harmless demonstration just below surface level.